Welcome back to part 2 of the rectangle top series. If you enjoyed view A's slit neckline and shirring, today we are moving on to view B, the heart of this pattern. Here the shoulder panel width and length control the shape of the neckline, making it fun and easy to experiment, creating a top that you love. So one version, adjust the proportions and you will quickly discover how small changes transform the whole look. Additionally, this view features an elastic hem, which also greatly influences how the rectangle top looks. Let's get started with view B. That was view B, the core of the rectangle top Unlike View A's simple straight slit neckline, this version is all about experimenting with the shoulder proportions to create different necklines. Up next is View C, which carries this design into cooler weather with slip options. You can make your own rectangle top freehand, but if you'd like detailed instructions and sizing, the pattern is ready for you to purchase and follow along. Thanks for sewing with me today. I will see you very soon in View C of the rectangle top. 안녕!